Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Have you wanted to practice speaking Chinese, but everyone around you insists on English? Maybe it's your Chinese partner, colleagues, or friends. They mean well, but they prefer to speak English. Or maybe you've experienced this. You studied Chinese for a period. You might have taken classes or live in China, and your Chinese was actually pretty good. But when you stopped taking lessons, and slowly your Chinese became worse. These are actually the two most common problems my students have shared with me over the years. Today, I want to share a solution that has helped many of them finding a language exchange partner through an app called Tandem. I place a link with a 7-day access to the Tandem Pro in the comments. You can click to try it. Give it a try and let me know how it works for you in the comments below. So, my name is Becky, and I've been teaching Chinese to foreigners for 16 years. I've worked with students from all over the world at different levels. Years ago, some of my students mentioned that they were using Tandem to practice Chinese with Chinese people. They would tell me about the interesting people they met and the conversations they had, and how it helped them improve. I finally decided to try it out myself since 2 months ago. I wanted to understand what my students were experiencing, and honestly, I want to see if I could find language partners to practice my English. So in this video, I'm going to share with you my personal experience using Tandem over the past 2 months and what I've learned as both a language teacher and a language learner. So what exactly is Tandem? Simply put, it's a language exchange community where you can find people who want to learn your native language while helping you learn theirs. It's one of the largest language exchange platforms in the world, with millions of members from all over the globe. And the concept is beautifully simple. Let's say you are a native English speaker learning Chinese. You can connect with native Chinese speakers who want to practice English. You can help each other. It's a fair exchange. You can chat via text, send voice messages, or even have video calls. What makes Tandem different from other language learning apps is that it's not about lessons, it's about real conversations with real people. You are not learning from a textbook or an AI bot. You are talking to actual people who are there for the same reason you are, to practice a language and connect with people from different cultures. When you first open the app, you'll create a profile. This is really important, and I'll tell you more about it in a minute. You'll specify which languages you speak, which languages you're learning, and your proficiency levels. Then the app shows you people who match your language goals. When I first joined, I spent some time to fill out my profile. I wrote about my language learning goals and topics I'm interested in discussing, things like culture and travel. I also specified my language level. The more detailed your profile, the better matches you will get. And here's a tip from my experience. In the beginning, don't be afraid to chat with multiple people. It's like trying on shoes. You need to find the right fit. Some people will respond quickly, some won't. Some will have similar schedules to yours, some won't. Some will want to text, others will prefer voice calls. That's totally normal. What I found was that after chatting with maybe 8 or 10 people, I found 2 or 3 that I really clicked with. People who were serious about learning, who were patient, and who shared their similar interests. Those were the ones I now practice with regularly. Okay, now let me tell you about my favorite feature on Tandem, the built-in correction tool. This is huge, especially for beginners and intermediate learners. Here's the thing, when you are talking to native speakers in real life, even if they are your friends or your Chinese partner, they often won't correct your mistakes like a teacher. Why? Because they are being polite. They don't want to interrupt your flow or make you feel bad. And while that's kind of them, but it's actually not helpful for language learning. As a Chinese teacher with 16 years of experience, I have a very strong opinion about this. For beginners, especially, I believe every small mistake should be corrected. Why? Because mistakes can become habit. Once a mistake takes root in your language patterns, it becomes very difficult to correct later. I've seen this countless times with my students. On Tandem, there is a brilliant correction tool where the AI can correct your mistakes before you send the messages. The corrected part show up in green and the original mistakes are shown in red. It's visual, clear, and really helps you remember. This has been incredibly useful for me. When I made a mistake in my English typing, this tool gives me instant and clear feedback, and I can see exactly what I did wrong. Well, for learning the Chinese language, I think there is one more thing they should improve. I tried to input some incorrect Chinese characters and it fixed the mistakes well. Then I tried to input some Chinese pinyin, but the output result is Chinese characters with English without the Chinese pinyin. I would suggest that Tandem add pinyin because, according to my experience, many Chinese learners at the beginner or intermediate level can't read Chinese characters. They can only read pinyin. Another feature I've been exploring on Tandem is called language parties. These are live audio chat rooms where you can practice listening and speaking with group of people. What I love about this is that you don't have to speak if you don't want to. You can join and listening just like you are sitting in a coffee shop overhearing a conversation. It's great for building listening comprehension and get used to natural speech patterns. When you feel more confident, you can raise your hand and join the conversation. There are parties in different languages on different topics. I've joined a few Chinese English practice sections, and it's been really fun to hear learners from all over the world practicing together. There are also language clubs, which work a bit like social media groups, where you can share posts, ask questions, and connect with people who share your interests. Now, let's talk about the difference between the free version and Tandem Pro. The good news is that the free version gives you a lot. You can chat with people, use correction tool, join language parties, and make video or audio calls. With Pro, you get some extra features that I think are really valuable if you are serious about language learning. You get to see who is online now, and you can practice in real time with your existing language partners. Pro also helps you to find members near you so that you can meet them in person. You can travel the world to connect with members in cities around the world. Another Pro feature I like is that Pro members are able to remove ads so that you can focus on learning. And you can have a highlighted profile so that more people can see you, which may take a shorter time to find the most appropriate language partners. For my students who are just starting out, I'd say try the free version first. See if you like the platform and find some good partners. If you find yourself using it regularly and want those extra features, then Pro is definitely worth considering. I put a free 7-day access to the Tandem Pro link in the comments, so you can click it and try. After using Tandem for 2 months, here's my honest takeaway. It works. It's a great extra boost for your language learning outside of class, but you'll get what you put in. The key is consistency. Even 20 minutes a day chatting with a language partner can help your Chinese expression. It's not about spending hours on the app. It's about regular, meaningful practice with real people. So, if you are struggling to find people to practice Chinese with, or if your Chinese is getting rusty because you don't have anyone to talk to, I definitely recommend giving Tandem a try. Remember, take time to set up a good profile, be patient in finding the right partners, use the correction feature to learn from your mistakes, and practice consistently. Thanks so much for watching. If you've used Tandem before, I'd love to hear about your experience in the comments. And if you are new here, I put a 7-day access to the Tandem Pro link in the comment. Feel free to register and try it. Consider subscribing to my channel for more Chinese learning tips. 再见，下次见。